place to start your day with a daily dose of integrity-based human influence. And a quick fact check, this week I had said we're on episode 263. We're actually on episode 234. So I just wanted to fact check that. And for some fun energy on this Thankful Thursday, for everyone that is like tuning into this huddle, like just countless times, the goal is who can beat Jay Levine on being the first comment in the chat. Our goal for the next week is to beat Jay Levine and make sure he is not the first person on the chat. And I'm like kidding, not kidding. We do way more than like have fun energy here. But you know what? Just for fun, we're going to beat Jay Levine and make sure he is not the first person to write in the chat next week. So for everyone, today's Thankful Thursday. Today is thankful. Mike Pizza is like, man, I'm in. So today's Thankful Thursday. Thankful Thursday. And every single day, we have an opportunity to anchor on another energy. And I'm just like loving the chat. It's blowing up, grand risings and hellos everywhere. And that's what this is all about. You know, for everyone, the chat is an opportunity for you to connect, for you to ecosystem merge, for you to share a different portion of your heroic, unique identity, or for you to drop some emojis and just bring some emotional and energetic transference into the group. So today on Thankful Thursday, let's like blow it up right now real quick. Like, what are we thankful for? Like, what are we thankful for? What are we thankful for? What is it today that we can tap into in gratitude? And like what I'm thankful for, I'm thankful for like food. I'm thankful for food. I've had a journey these last several months. I lost 11 pounds in the last 2 months. It's been a secret journey I've been working on. And I was like shocked. I truly was, because of the power of process mastery and healthy eating. Simply like switching, adding, working out, changing what you eat, changing how you exercise, and changing how you stretch. It's really that simple, like to step into health. So I am truly grateful for food, and I'm grateful for Adam Gugino. I'm grateful for his leadership. I'm thankful for Adam Gugino. I'm thankful for his leadership. I'm thankful for his confronting ability. I'm thankful for his friendship. And this week, he threw a thunderbolt at my forehead. I was like slipping. I wasn't showing up correct, and he showed up. And I'm so grateful for that, because we all need it. You know, we all have our barometer. We're all working hard. We're all like crushing it. We're all doing our thing. And sometimes we need like that little push. And, sometimes friends are like, well, I'm just going to love them and say you're doing great. And I didn't need that from Adam. I don't need that from Adam. I don't need that from anyone, quite frankly. And Adam was like, Fernando, you're slipping. He didn't say those words. That's how I took it. And it was like instant, like ego subjugation. Instant. I had the opportunity to show up and be like, no, well, this is like, well, you know what, man? It sounds like you care way more about my money, time, and magic than I do in this moment. And I'm thankful. So thank you. You're right. This is what I'm putting in place. Switch done. And like, we have each other. Like we have each other. We have each other. We have this movement. For everyone in Elite, you have your groups. For everyone in Mastery, we have the movement at large. And for everyone on this huddle, you have every single human on this huddle to jump in, to support you, to let you know your blind spots, where you're being suboptimal. Like, how can you be that? How can you be the Adam Gugino to someone today? Because and I'm not talking about going around criticizing people, looking for things that are wrong, thinking you need to fix them or coach them. Like, Adam did not lead with that energy. Adam did not lead with, well, Fernando's wrong, or there's something wrong with you, or we need to change or fix this. It was like, hey, dude, once again, not his language. It was like, hey, dude, that's not optimal. Like, stop it. Like, who are you kidding? With love. And he said it in Zeus, but he meant it with love. So for everyone, how can you be that Adam Gugino for someone today? And I hear a whisper in the distance. It's like my new thing. Mr. Callagy, you out there?
Hey, what's up, brother? Yeah, good morning and happy Thankful Thursday. Incredibly thankful for all of you and to be here today, because we are co-creating simple, fun, and magical micro-distinctions frictionless that free exponential abundance in our magic. That's what we're up to. It is Thankful Thursday. A few different things, top of heart and mind. But first, let's drop in a little bit of fun energy. Like, what's the most ridiculous thing that you do that you can appreciate yourself for being ridiculous, a little bit idiosyncratic, and kind of laugh at yourself? Like, what's out there? And feel free to throw it in the chat. Feel free to come forward with it. So, Fernando, because I'd love to go here with you. What is something, my friend, that you do that's a little bit ridiculous, that you laugh at yourself over doing?
The one that pops for me is I am a very intense pacer. I'm literally pacing right now, which is why I'm laughing. And I pace so much sometimes that I get so dizzy that I end up taking phone calls with my face on the carpet, just so that I like don't like pass out of the dizziness. And like that's a real thing. And even at Callagy Law, I used to walk around with Michael Smikin's bat, literally in your law office, swinging the bat, screaming at the top of my lung as if no one was in the law firm. And like maybe that's the reason why people were like looked at me with their eyebrows raised. But yeah, pacing and dizziness is something I laugh at myself, pretty regularly.
Okay, so that's a thing because Michael Smikin used to take my bat, and I had a baseball bat in my office, and I would use it to think, to carry, to swing, to hold. And we're going live now, so I'm gonna switch over. Yeah, so I'd be swinging the bat, walking around with it, and I'd be like, "Where's my bat?" Like I put it down, and Mike will be like, "Oh, I think it's over here." I'm like, "Dude, don't touch my bat! Like, don't touch my bat! What are you doing?" So I cannot believe that you would take Michael Smikin's bat. There's like that's not nothing, and there is something truly here about that, Fernando, and the sequencing of things. So
that's funny.
Jedi of bat holding or something. So that is
yes, levitating rocks everywhere.
Yes, rock levitating. So, and please, what do you laugh? Not this is a little different than fun fact. It's like, what do you laugh at yourself about that you find it to be ridiculous that you do? So I will go with, I'll go with at least one more. But one is yes, that I would get so pissed at Michael Smikin, like don't touch my bat. Like I'm not kidding. It's not funny. Like don't touch my bat. Like that would drive me crazy. So, and I'll get into the common denominator of that in a second for some fun. But is AG. And anything in the chat for you guys that you laugh at yourself that idiosyncratically like you're up to. And so for Adam, what is it that you do, Adam, that you laugh at yourself about?
I'm sure there's probably a lot of things that others can say, such as my mom as an example. What do I laugh at myself about? Really, right now, I would think that my obsession with like health and liking the taste of water with chlorophyll and when other people like drink it. Yeah, like
I don't even know what that means.
That's disgusting.
I don't even know. I literally don't even know what he just said, but
that's what I mean. So, but adding chlorophyll to your water is incredibly healthy for your blood flow, inflammation. And I like how it tastes, and it's green and it looks disgusting, and people try it and they say it doesn't taste good, and I laugh when I say I love it.
Adam Gugino, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Gugino.
Can I throw some fun energy at Adam Gugino that really made me laugh? Last week I was on the phone with Adam, and his mom was like, "If I hear you say your story one more time."
That's sad though. That's sad. That's a little sad. Yeah. But it's funny. I laughed as well when she said it. But yeah.
and I think I've mentioned this before. So if I'm with Tyler, Courtney, and Emma, it reached a point when like if I opened my mouth, and I was super intentional as they grew into their teenage years, like super intentional about being really careful to not dispense advice, like super intentional, right? Like of not just like, okay, this is what you should be doing, and not to be like looking for micro distinctions and like things like that, right? So, because that creates an interesting dynamic, obviously, in very close personal relationships, especially with your kids, or significant other. And so, but somehow like they got into that story, right? And I'll say we co-created it, so I'm sure I had done that in the past at some level. And so I would like sit and say nothing. Like I would have an intentional thing where I'd be like, love, hey guys, love you. And let's say we're eating. And I wouldn't speak for like 30 minutes. Everybody talking, right? And if I'd be like, so, hey Ty, like, what do you think about? And I go like, what do you think about? And let's say Courtney would shoot in with like, Dad, don't start with all your stuff. And I'd be like, what stuff? All your like personal development stuff and like all this like Tony Robbins stuff. I'm like, first of all, I haven't been to a Tony Robbins event in like 15 years. I don't even know what you're talking about. And like, that would like be a thing. And so
to this day, it like actually, I just laugh at it. I laugh at the entire dynamic. And I'm like, I give less advice. I'm like, people pay for my advice all over the place. And long before Unblinded, were paying for me to give them advice about what to do with problems for like my entire life. And like my kids reached the point where I literally, like, I'll be watching things that are happening. And I'm like, okay, so how can I give advice and communicate in this situation without it having been received that way? It is wildly entertaining. It is absolutely wildly entertaining. So that is something that I also laugh at myself about in a huge way. But here's the unique part. If we're one-on-one, it's totally different. So like if I'm with any of them, I mean, Tyler's generally not like that, but my daughters are. And if we're one-on-one, it's totally different, the conversation, but all three together equals like that collective energy, which by the way, like seeds a very fun concept, which is your identity with other people is different in every situation that you're in, depending upon who the makeup of the crowd is. So in all different ways, including who perceives you to be funny, who thinks you're crazy, who thinks that you're wise, who thinks that you're entertaining, engaging. That depending upon the makeup of your audience, who's there, who's social proofing, who laughs first, all those interpersonal dynamics are collectively affected by everybody else in the situation. So just to be present to a very cool scotoma, and we may not think that way, but it literally is that way and functions that way. So that said, Fernando, we got anything in the chat? If not, we'll keep driving.
Yeah, let me just take a quick peek. I'm very sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
Sure. I did want to jump in today real quick on because you were really just to follow up with last night. And if you have another direction, I do want to talk about the emotional energetic transference. And I was on the morning mastery call today and everybody was, conveying their heroic, unique identity. And it was incredible. They were doing role plays. And what I've been doing role plays for the last 15 years. And I've always said this, but never had language for it. People like to accuse the role player of playing a certain role, of being more defensive or having more knowingness. And yes, there is always that scenario, that setup where the person may come in with somewhat of a different energy, right? Or wherever they lie. And every single time when you hear a role play and you hear the energy and the person who is, and today too, who conveyed their heroic, unique identity, by the end of the role play, it always ended up that the role player was at an energy that was closer to the person that was giving the role play, and or more amicable and more curious and open to the next step when that energy came in. When the energy that was brought in was, of course, Zeus, goddess, and aspirational and a little fun. So I just want it really, to land when we're doing these role plays, that the role player, you may think that they have this agenda, but almost every single time that they end up where you bring them. And I hear it over and over. So I just wanted to drop in on that because it was so clear and present this morning.
Yeah, without a doubt. And there's no way that anybody can resist the building of rapport unless they like leave the encounter. Or because if you're building rapport effectively with somebody and authentically and respecting their time, as long as there's not a time deadline for them, right? As long as that's occurring, the only way for them to not build rapport with you, if you're truly authentically present, you understand the 10 indispensable elements, 4 energies, and 4 steps, is for them to actually be like rude and dismissive. And this goes back to the day when I used to offer my speaking fee. That'd be to somebody, I'd say, if I can't make you move in 3 minutes in some way, shape, or form, like make you move forward towards me in 3 minutes, then I'll give up my fee and I'll leave. And I used to take the most resistant person in the room. I said, the only rule is you have to look at me and you have to answer my questions honestly, right? And it was impossible and it happened every time. and then like they break it. I go, I'll restart the clock. Be more resistant. It's impossible. So we're not going to talk about how to do that today, but we do talk about how to do that all the time. It's called 4 steps, 10 indispensable elements, and 4 energies. And when you do that, it's impossible for people to, no matter what role play they're playing, how they're trying to be difficult, no matter what's going on, because when unconditional love and level 5 listening, right, are present, reciprocity kicks in all the time, right? When the formula is in play, reciprocity kicks in and you get love back, right? Now, where you don't get it back is if you're going through a script, you're going through a transaction, you're head to head, then reciprocity, you get it right back. Reciprocity gives you back head to head. And then maybe a new access, Fernando. I'm sure you're ready to jot down this note, and I love you for that. Yeah, head to head equals reciprocity, like head to head equals return in reciprocity of head to head. Heart to heart equals reciprocity return of heart to heart. And that may be the most efficient way we've ever said reciprocity. So, Fernando, you like that?
Brother, you caught me. Starbucks in the notebook. I love
it.
Yeah. So, and that's an access point. And Nicole, just capture that note, because that's a new innovative way of saying the reciprocity dynamic in its most compressed format. And we will definitely share that in the real run. Everybody be free. Really feel free to use that. And when you enter that space, it creates energetic transference. Just when you say the word heart, like try that today. Just say the word heart and see what it does to the other person. See what happens in the dynamic between you and the person.
Hey, Sean, for the
Yeah.
chat, can you say that quote one more time?
Yes.
Please.
Okay. When you go head to head, reciprocally, the indispensable element of reciprocity, right, which is giving you back that which you put out, you get head to head back. So in the indispensable element of reciprocity, you give out head to head. Reciprocally, you receive back head to head. When you give out heart to heart, reciprocally, you receive back heart to heart. Feel that, Adam?
I absolutely feel it. And that's where you just pointed out the emotional energetic transference happens as well with that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So anything else in the chat, Fernando? Otherwise, I'll keep driving.
There's a lot going on. Everyone's like, what's chlorophyll, chloroform, oxychlorophyll? There's a whole.
Wait, hold on.
Like,
I'm not
Adam,
making.
Adam, uses chloroform. Dude, that was in Silence of the Lambs.
Let me say this.
Like, the dude Buffalo Bill was using. So like, is that what you're? Listen, what are you doing with chloroform, Adam?
Let me stop, everyone, just so we can make it clear. I am not.
Everybody write in the chat.
Medical
Adam
claims.
Use chloroform. Adam Gugino.
I'm not making any medical claims or suggestions or claims. So thank you, Fernando, for pointing that out.
So wait, is it? By the way, did you have Fernando? Do you know what color forms were? Did you have those as a kid?
Color. They sound familiar, but not ringing a bell.
All right, we'll have to, like, they were one of the most amazing things. So it's like we have color forms, chlorophyll, and chloroform, all different things, major differences in meaning. But yes, it is chlorophyll that Adam Gugino was talking about. Tastes good and does something for you, but he's not, as a footnote and warranty and PSA and disclaimer, he's not saying that creates any medical outcome, ... Yes. So, all right. So from there, we have October 23, 24, 25 coming up, and we're going to be reinforcing. October 24 is for actualization. It is for actualization. In Mastery, in Elite, 5 tickets, not for friends. You do whatever you want, but our recommendation wholeheartedly is that these are for people that you're going to do business with in ecosystem merging, in speaking. That's who those 5 people should be, even if they're not close to you yet. And by the end of that day, what's going to be happening with those people when you're in and out of exercises and we do the magic show, what's going to happen at the end of the day in terms of the accelerant that will be for your relationship. So all those ecosystem mergers that are dabbling, kind of hanging out there, you're like on the cusp with, or you're seeking to create, that's the place to create massive leverage and acceleration with. The Sunday, we're going to be talking Friday night, 7 to 9. We're going to be pre-framing and preparing for how to maximize the value of Saturday and launching Friday night. And then Sunday, we're going to be talking about Real Raw, its integration with the different levels of relationship you could build in your relationship with Unblinded, and what we do from here. I am thankful. I am present to, on this Thankful Thursday, the amazing acceleration in the development of our relationships. And our commitment to you is to continue to drive this mission forward, to continue to have more and more people that are heart-centered, loving people unconditionally with boundaries become a core part of what we're doing and a part of what we're doing. And that progress continues. We mentioned yesterday that, and just I'll repeat it here, that Gina has come aboard and is going to be working to confirm people, not confirm people is not even the right word, to welcome people, to ambassador people through like the gates of the Neverland that we call the Unblinded ecosystem. For those that are like weren't at the Elite Weekend, you're like, Neverland, dude, relax. No, Neverland is where you are too. Like, we write our own story. You could be in hell, like that could be where you are. You could be in a contentious kind of like shitty environment if that's what you decide that you're in. I'm going to choose that from my world, that it's Neverland. And my world is my world, and our world together, I'm also going to choose to be Neverland. And meaning we write our own script. We write our own story, right? Like, that's what's present. And as you proceed through today, be grateful for your power and ability to write your own story and your own reality. And again, I was telling you just 2 days ago, something came up in our incredible family, and I'll tell this story in a few months because it's a little bit fresh and complex, but it's incredibly powerful. And those that were in the LBI weekend will particularly appreciate the meaning of this. And so something came up, and my mom was like stepping into somebody else's story and somebody else's frame, and felt restricted and felt limited and felt controlled in ways that were so painful to my heart to see, right? And I do the same thing, and you do the same thing, because not only do we create stories that we're in Neverland, sometimes we create story that we're in prison. Sometimes we create the story we have no choice. I have no choice. I have to do this. And you always have choice. You always have choice in every situation about what the meaning is, about what you do, right? Tomorrow, you could recreate your entire life and move to another country. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think we take us where we go. I don't think that's a great strategy for most, right? But you could. You can make up the story that starting today, you're the greatest Integra salesperson, influencer on the planet, on Earth, starting today. Like, that's the story you can create and the identity you can choose. And then you'll begin finding ways to prove that true if you truly condition that into your nervous system. You could be somebody who's uncomfortable sort of with people and talking to people, and you could choose to be the most outgoing person, not changing your introverted versus extroverted nature, but that you're the most outgoing person in the world, and you take your introverted time to refresh your energy. But everywhere else, you're a beacon of energetic transference, and you're going to master how to get those moments of alone time and replenishment that allow you to go back out and do that and master your physiology and hold space for that. Because I'm right in the middle of introversion, extroversion, and I need to find that space and time. And we can all master it and figure it out and get a few minutes alone, do some exercises, breathe into yourself, be completely disconnected, refresh, and bang. Point. We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of the dreams, as our dear friend Willy Wonka has said. So what music are you going to make today? What dreams are you going to dream and create today? What will your story be today about your world, yourself, everybody you encounter? And here's to hoping it's unconditional love with boundaries to drive forward the money, time, and magic for them and for you. Have a beautiful, thankful Thursday. Love all you guys, and let's go get it.